Have you ever looked at your reflection and quietly asked, is this just how life is now? Slower mornings. A body that doesn't respond the way it used to. And that spark, both physical and emotional, feels like a memory now. A warmth you miss, but don't know how to get back. If this sounds familiar, I want to tell you something important. It doesn't have to stay this way. Growing older may change your pace, but it should never steal your intimacy, your vitality, your connection. And the surprising truth? It might all start with something sitting in your kitchen right now. Fruit. Not pills, not surgery, not expensive treatments. Just 5 natural fruits, proven to boost circulation, balance your hormones, and quietly bring back the closeness you thought was lost. And the last one. It's not just delicious, it's an ancient symbol of passion, with science to back it up. So stay with me, because this might be one of the most refreshing health changes you'll make this year. If anything in this video speaks to you, leave a comment below. Even just a 1 if it helps, or 0 if it didn't. Because I read every single one, and I'm here to grow with you. Now take a second to subscribe to Vital Sphere and tap the bell icon, so you never miss a new tip on staying strong, independent, and full of life. Ready? Let's start with a fruit that might already be in your fridge, but whose effects are anything but ordinary. Fruit number 1, red grapes. The circulation restorer, expanded. Years ago, I sat across from a man named Harold. He was 73. Sharp mind, loyal husband, quiet eyes. But that day, something in his voice cracked. He leaned forward and whispered, "It's not that I don't love my wife. I just don't feel it anymore. It's like my body forgot how to be close." That sentence stayed with me, because Harold wasn't talking about desire. He was talking about disconnection. From his body, from his partner, from something he once took for granted, response. And over time, I've learned something most doctors won't say out loud. Circulation is everything. Not just for the heart or the brain or the legs, but for closeness, energy, warmth, intimacy. And that's why red grapes are so important. Yes, red grapes, the ones you pass by in the store without a second thought. Inside their deep purple skin is something powerful, a compound called resveratrol. Resveratrol works quietly in the walls of your blood vessels. It helps them relax, open up, and allow more blood to flow freely through your entire body. To your muscles, your brain, your heart, and yes, even to the intimate parts of you that may have grown quiet with age. Here's what's truly fascinating. Resveratrol triggers nitric oxide production, the same natural chemical that medications like Viagra rely on. But grapes do it softly, naturally, no side effects, no chemical push. For men, that means more firmness, responsiveness, and confidence. For women, it often means better pelvic circulation, reduced dryness, improved sensitivity, and a return of warmth during intimacy. But it's not just physical. Let me tell you about Evelyn and Tom, married 47 years. They started eating red grapes together every evening after dinner. Not because they expected anything to change, but simply to try something new. 2 weeks in, Evelyn looked at me and said something I'll never forget. "He didn't just reach for my hand. He reached for me, like the man I married." That's the power of a simple fruit, when it gives your body what it needs to remember how to connect. The best part. This isn't about strict routines or perfect timing. Just start with 1 cup of fresh red grapes each day. Afternoon or evening, whatever feels right. Wash them. Share them. Make it a ritual. Because sometimes, the smallest habits unlock the deepest changes. And if your hands are cold, if your legs cramp, if the spark feels distant, your body might not be broken. It might just be waiting for blood to flow freely again. And red grapes, nature's quiet circulatory miracle, might just be your first step. Now, let's talk about the next fruit. It's bold, it's tart, and it's been silently protecting a part of your health most people never even think about, until it's too late. Fruit number 2, cranberries, the silent protector, expanded. For most of my life, I thought of cranberries as a holiday ornament. A tart little jelly on the side of a turkey plate. Bright red, slightly bitter, forgettable. Until I started listening to the people no one was really asking. Women in their 60s and 70s. Men in their early 80s. Seniors who, despite aging bodies, still craved closeness, not just physically, but emotionally. And I kept noticing a strange little pattern. They mentioned cranberries. Not always directly. Sometimes in passing. Cranberry juice in the morning. Dried cranberries in salad. One even joked, they keep me out of trouble. So I looked deeper. And what I found shocked me. Because cranberries aren't just good for urinary tract infections. They're not just a remedy. They're a defender of something most people don't even realize is under attack after 60. Confidence, comfort, desire. You see, as we age, our kidneys slow down. That's not something we feel overnight. It creeps in, quietly. Toxins build. Inflammation starts to smolder. Blood pressure climbs. And suddenly, you're not sleeping well. You feel more tired, less on. And the parts of your body that once sparked with warmth, they feel muted. For men, this often shows up as fatigue, weaker erections, or just not feeling in the mood. For women, it can look like discomfort, irritation, or even fear around intimacy. But cranberries, they come armed. Inside these tiny tart fruits are proanthocyanidins, natural compounds that help your body fight off harmful bacteria, reduce inflammation in the pelvic region, improve blood flow in delicate tissues. That means cleaner urinary tracts, lower pressure, less inflammation, and more blood flow to the places that matter most during intimacy. And it gets even better. Cranberries also support healthy kidney filtration and vascular flexibility, which boosts nitric oxide levels, the same vital chemical that helps your blood vessels open up for improved circulation and intimacy. Let me share a story. Her name was Doreen, a 66-year-old retired seamstress. Bright eyes, warm smile, but behind it pain. I haven't been close with my husband in almost 4 years, she said. Not because I don't love him, but because it hurts, and I'm tired of pretending it doesn't. We made one tiny change. Half a glass of unsweetened cranberry juice in the morning, and a small handful of dried cranberries in her lunch salad. 3 months later, she came into my office, teary-eyed. I don't know if it was the juice or just feeling cared for, she said. But I let him hold me again, not out of duty, but because I wanted to. That is the silent power of this fruit. It's not dramatic. It doesn't shout. It just works quietly, cleansing, soothing, restoring. So the next time you walk past a bag of cranberries, pause. Pick them up. Because sometimes the smallest act of self-care leads to the greatest moments of connection. And now, what if your body isn't just looking for comfort, but more energy? The kind that radiates from your skin, that brings color to your voice. Let's talk about papaya. Fruit number 3, papaya, the energy awakener, expanded. There's something quietly magical about papaya. Its warm, golden flesh, soft and sweet, almost feels like holding sunshine in your hands. But papaya isn't just a tropical fruit. For many seniors, it becomes a turning point, the moment their body begins to wake up again. Let me tell you about George. George was 68, retired high school principal. Disciplined, sharp. He walked every morning, ate his greens, slept early. He did everything right, but still felt wrong. One morning, during a check-in, he said, "I don't understand it. I eat well. I rest. But my energy, it's not there. My body feels like it's running on empty by 10 a.m. and intimacy. It's not that I don't want it. I just don't have the drive anymore." His voice trailed off, not in shame, but in quiet confusion. Because nothing was broken, but nothing was lighting up either. We didn't add a supplement. We didn't start a fancy new routine. We just added one simple thing: a bowl of fresh papaya with Greek yogurt every morning. That was it. By week 2, he was standing taller. His laugh had more volume. His wife said, "He looks at me differently now. Like there's a spark again." You see, papaya isn't just refreshing. It's deeply restorative. It's loaded with vitamins C and E, all essential for blood vessel repair, hormone balance, and cellular energy. But the real magic lies in a little enzyme called papain. Papain is a natural anti-inflammatory. It soothes the gut, clears the bloodstream. And what many seniors don't realize is that chronic, low-grade inflammation is a silent thief. It steals your stamina, your clarity, your warmth, and most painfully, your intimacy. But papain reduces that inflammation, giving your body space to breathe and space to heal. It also supports your adrenal glands, those tiny organs that control your stress response. When stress is high, cortisol floods your system, draining testosterone, flattening estrogen, numbing desire. But when cortisol goes down, your natural hormone rhythm begins to return. Papaya gently nudges testosterone upward in older men, helping restore strength and drive. For women, it supports estrogen harmony, increasing blood flow to the pelvic region, making closeness more comfortable, more responsive, and more emotionally connected. And the beauty of papaya? It's easy. Slice it fresh. Blend it into a smoothie. Sprinkle a few seeds for extra fiber and zinc. Or simply eat it chilled on a warm morning. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about returning to your center, where your energy flows freely, your voice carries warmth, and your body becomes a place of ease again, not effort. George didn't find a miracle. He found momentum. And with every bite of papaya, his body remembered what it felt like to be fully awake, fully present. And now let's talk about a fruit that doesn't just energize, it softens. One that calms the nervous system, steadies the heart, and helps you feel close in a way that's gentle, unforced, and deeply real. Let's talk about cherries. Fruit number 4, cherries, the mind and heart soother. Expanded. Cherries. They don't shout for attention. They don't demand to be eaten quickly. You sit with them. You savor. You slow down. You become present. And sometimes, presence is exactly what intimacy has been waiting for. That's what Jim and Carol discovered. They'd been married over 40 years. Still partners, still respectful. But something had gone quiet. Jim explained it first, eyes down, voice soft. "I love her. I still look at her and feel lucky. But lately, I just don't feel like me anymore." Carol added gently, "We miss the way we used to look at each other. There's no anger between us, just distance, like we've drifted into parallel lives." Not broken, not bitter. Just tired and unsure how to get back. I didn't recommend therapy, or medication, or a drastic diet overhaul. I simply suggested this. Each night, sit together and share a bowl of cherries. They raised their eyebrows, almost laughed. But they tried it. 2 months later, they came back, holding hands, smiles softer. Carol said, "We thought it was silly, but now, we're talking more, laughing more. And last week, we danced in the kitchen." So, what is it about cherries? Beneath their sweet skin, cherries contain anthocyanins, plant compounds that soothe inflammation in your blood vessels, making them more flexible, more open, which means your blood flows better, not just to your heart, but to your brain, your muscles, your most intimate areas. And that circulation, it brings warmth, oxygen, sensation, all essential for emotional and physical connection. But the deeper magic lies in something else. Melatonin. Cherries are one of the few natural sources of this sleep-regulating hormone. And for seniors, sleep is the hidden link no one's talking about. Because poor sleep isn't just about tired mornings. It messes with your entire hormonal system. High cortisol, low testosterone, unbalanced estrogen, and all of it drains the body's ability to feel, to want, to connect. But deep sleep resets everything. When you sleep deeply, cortisol drops. Sex hormones stabilize. Emotional walls soften. The nervous system calms. Suddenly, your body isn't tense. It's receptive. That gentle touch no longer feels awkward. It feels meaningful again. For men, that can mean firmer, longer-lasting erections, not from a pill, but from natural hormonal rhythm. For women, it often means more comfort, better sensation, and most of all, willingness without fear. Jim later told me, it wasn't the cherries themselves, it was what they created. A moment to slow down, to see each other again. So try this. A small bowl of cherries before bed, fresh in season, frozen or tart cherry juice when they're not. Let it be your nightly gift, to your body, to your partner, to that part of you that still longs to feel close. Because cherries don't just support circulation, they gently invite your body to say yes again, not with pressure, but with peace. And now, let's talk about the final fruit. An ancient symbol of desire. A powerful reminder that passion doesn't die. It just waits for you to remember. Let's talk about pomegranate. Fruit number 5. Pomegranate. The passion regnator expanded. Pomegranate. A fruit of myth, poetry, and longing. Across ancient cultures, from Persia to Greece to India, it stood for more than nutrition. It symbolized fertility, love, and rebirth. But symbols aside, science is finally catching up. Because what this crimson fruit does inside your body, especially after 60, is quietly powerful. Let me introduce you to Evelyn. She was 72, elegant in every way. Composed, gracious, but when she spoke, her words carried weight. She said, "I don't need fireworks. I just want to feel alive again. I want to wake up and remember what it feels like to want, not out of duty, but because something in me is still awake." Her eyes weren't sad. They were tired of silence. So we didn't reach for a prescription. We reached for a simple, natural act of nourishment. Half a glass of pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice each morning. That's all. 3 weeks later, she sent me an email that said only this: "It's like something in me turned back on." So what happened? Inside every pomegranate seed are polyphenols and natural nitrates, plant compounds that increase nitric oxide production in your body. And nitric oxide? It's what helps your blood vessels expand. More blood flow, more oxygen, more sensation to every part of your body. That means better circulation to the brain, the heart, and yes, the most intimate areas too. But there's more. In men, pomegranate has been shown to gently boost testosterone levels, not in extreme spikes, but in subtle, natural support. Just enough to bring back energy, clarity, and confidence. For women, pomegranate works a different kind of magic. Its antioxidants help reduce inflammation in the pelvic region, easing tension, improving comfort, and supporting estrogen balance. And when estrogen is balanced, lubrication improves, blood flow increases, and physical closeness feels less like a task and more like a desire. But here's what struck me most with Evelyn. She didn't just feel physically better. She felt emotionally open again. It wasn't just about sex, she told me later. It was about feeling seen, feeling like my body still had something to offer, even to myself. And that's the quiet gift of pomegranate. It doesn't force anything. It reminds. It reminds your body that it can still respond, that it hasn't shut down. That passion isn't gone, it's just waiting. So here's how to start. Drink half a glass of pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice in the morning. Or sprinkle the ruby seeds over yogurt, salads, or eat them chilled with a spoon. Let each seed be a gentle nudge, a signal that you are still here, still alive, and still capable of intimacy. Because sometimes the body doesn't need to be fixed. It needs to be remembered. And sometimes, that memory begins with a single seed. Let's take a quiet breath together. We've just walked through 5 ordinary fruits that carry an extraordinary message. Not just for your body, but for your heart, your confidence, your relationships. Red grapes, for blood flow and physical connection. Cranberries, for cleansing, comfort, and hidden protection. Papaya, to gently wake up your energy and balance your hormones. Cherries, to calm your nervous system and bring emotional closeness back. And pomegranate, to reignite the passion that aging never truly takes away, only berries. Each fruit is simple, accessible, familiar, and yet, each one holds a quiet power to help your body remember something deeper. That you are still capable of intimacy. Still worthy of closeness. Still alive with energy, warmth, and desire. Aging does not mean silence. It does not mean isolation. And it does not mean saying goodbye to the parts of yourself that once felt vibrant and connected. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. You don't need to chase youth. All you need is to start small. Start with one fruit, one new habit. Give your body something it can recognize, something it can respond to. Because often, that response is still there. Waiting, quiet, but ready. If this video touched something in you, even a little, leave a comment below. Tell me which fruit you're ready to try first. And if you want more ways to stay strong, independent, and joyful in this next chapter of life, go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to Vital Sphere. Tap the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Because this journey isn't over. In many ways, it's just beginning. And sometimes, all it takes to begin is a bite.